YouTubers, thank you for joining me. Today we are going to talk about a couple bold lipstick lines that I have been trying out, and I have found pretty much zero success with them for various reasons. So if you're interested in learning about these bold shades and why I find that they are on my don't list, go ahead and stay tuned. Just wanted to mention this. I don't know. Let's just go with it. The first line that is on my chop block is these Maybelline, and they're the new lines, the bold colors. I picked these up from Ulta. They were $7.49, $7.50 if you're nasty. They were doing a buy one get one half off special. So if you bought two, it works out to where each was $5.60. I do not like these for a couple of reasons. I will get into them and show you some swatches. I did go ahead and scrub my lips and I conditioned them, which I will take that off before I swatch these for you. And I'm going to start from my least favorite to my, I think is workable. So first off, they come in really cool packaging. I really like how it's that sapphire blue, and then they have the cool silver tubes. And if you look at the lipsticks, I really appreciate it comes to a nice point so you can really get on that lip line. And then I do really appreciate also that the bottoms of them show the name, the color number, and also it has the stickers that show what colors they are. So those are a few of the positives, but however, we're going to get into how they wear and not so impressive. So I love really bold shades, and it is pretty exciting that all these companies are starting to come out with bold colors that, for me, have always been where I've had to use eyeliners and certain colors mixed together to create these more bold, colorful colors. So I am excited that they're coming out, but I am finding that it is pretty hard to come up with a formula that actually works, and these are no exception whatsoever. So it's kind of a toss-up, which is my least favorite on these Maybellines, between the black and the white. I really found that both of these were not so much. I'm thinking that probably the white one was my least favorite and hardest to work with, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply that for you now. And as you can see, it just goes on very thin. I mean, look at that. It's kind of ridiculous. And the formula is very slippery, so I don't feel confident wearing these. I wore one of them out, which was the black, and after I got done in one store, like, it was patchy. See how it's just very patchy? I'm going to have to apply several layers to get it to even, but still with this white, I don't think that I will ever be able to get this color to be a really, I mean, look, I look ridiculous. I look like I've been eating powdered donuts too. So that's the color swatched, and I'm just going to show you how easily they come off. And I mean, even with the swatch, look at that. It's just, you have to build them up. I think that's the worst part about them, is that you have to build them up so much, and it is such a slippery formula that you just can't feel confident wearing these anywhere, because, moving your lips around, you're going to get it down on your teeth, bottom lips. I always have a problem when I do this. I get it up in here, so not a good one. The next one is the black, which is called the Pitch Black. Okay, and again, goes on very patchy. And as you see, I've applied like at least, what was that, 3 layers, and still, I hope you can see that, but it's just very patchy. I wore this to the store the other day, and by the time I got out of the store, I was pretty embarrassed and pretty mad at my husband for not saying anything. So just again, not confident. They're all pretty much feeling like it's the same kind of texture with it, but it's just, the more the layers come off, the more patchy it gets. And with these two shades in particular, I could never really get it the full bold color. It was still patchy, and you just get to a point where you're like, I can't put on any more layers. The next couple ones are the purple and the blue, which I felt actually I could get a deep color with, but again, I had to put on so many layers that I still just do not feel confident wearing this out. Oh, and I should mention that the first color that I tried, which is the only white, and that one is called Wickedly White. That was the first one. And then this next shade that I'm going to show you, which actually turns out to be a pretty color, but again, you need a lot of layers, which is the Midnight Blue. So it's a little messy, but as you can see, I was able to get a deep color, but again, this was after several layers. I think I put about 4 on right now. And I'm still not completely happy with the coverage, but it's a lot better than the last two. And, you know, you see on my hand even, it's just very patchy. But, you know, after several layers, you can get it to be a very bold color, but again, not confident with it. So if you can see, my lips are slightly stained. Nothing too major, but definitely could tell I was wearing some bold lipsticks. Okay, and then the last color is the purple, which is called Sapphire Siren. And I think that there's another color called Violet Vixen, something like that. Don't quote me on the name, but there's also that one that I didn't get. I just got these 4, which were, I felt, the boldest. And so I really do like this color. It is a very beautiful purple color, but again, I wouldn't feel comfortable. My friend Eva has a really cool trick with using setting powder on your lips, and I just wanted to mention that I did try that. And with these, the problem is you have to put so many layers and it gets so thick that when you do use the setting powder, it kind of turns like it feels like you almost have like cookie dough or something on your lips. So I didn't like the way that that felt. And then with the bold colors using the setting powder, it kind of diminished the color of it. I tried it with the black and it turned it to a sort of dark gray color. So luckily I did get these at Ulta, and I do plan to return these. I was thinking that I could use these to layer over some other colors to maybe deepen them up. However, I did find out from one of my favorite YouTubers, Misty CV. She was doing a video and she mentioned that Maybelline is probably one of the worst as far as animal cruelty is concerned, and I had no idea, and looking it up, yes, they are probably one of the worst. So I am definitely going to return these. Okay, so my next colors that are on the chop list is one of actually my favorite brands. So I hate to seem like I'm, you know, talking smack or anything on one of my favorite brands. However, I just found that these colors did not work, and I do have a lot of their liquid lips, which is the ColorPop. So I have found that most of them work out. Some of them are kind of drying. I do like the Ultra Satin. I do like the Ultra Matte. I usually layer them with lipsticks such as like the Maybelline with that type of smoother texture. However, with these colors, they're pretty much, you know, meant to kind of stand alone. But I just found that these 4 colors right here were a little bit harder to work with, and actually some of them I just feel like I put these on my total high maintenance as far as bold lip colors. So again, I'm gonna go to which color I feel is the worst, and then going down to some more workable ones. So the first color right off the back is hands down this green shade, and it's kind of a darker greenish like blue color. I thought when I ordered it that it was more of like a forest green, but it definitely, when you put it on, it has a blue shade to it. And this one is called Dr. M. I'm going to insert a picture, and it has some sort of glitter in it, which you can't see in the tube, and online I didn't notice, but it has shimmer in it, and as you can see, it gets very cracky. If you happen to watch my Mario Badescu video, the one where I was talking about all his great products, if you might notice that during part of it, I'm like kind of licking my lips and talking like this. I was wearing this color. Thank goodness I hadn't had my camera situation figured out, so it wasn't really in focus. But at one point I had to stop because I was feeling chunks of this literally going into my mouth. When I stopped recording and looked in the mirror, I had chunks of the product down here on my chin. I had it all in my teeth. I had to clean it out, and it was staining in my gums. And I did like 2 layers of this. I didn't put anything else with it. When you put a couple of the layers on it, it just seems like it gets worse. So the picture that I had just showed was with 1 layer, and then once you put 2, it just really just goes to hell. So this one, if you haven't picked it up and you're thinking about it, I would highly not recommend it, because this one, I just can, no matter what I do, I cannot get success with it. So I'll go ahead and swatch this on my hand, and I'm just keeping this Maybelline color on because you'll see towards the end of the video how it looks by just doing this. But here that is. You see it does get patchy, so you really do need to kind of go back and add some layers to it. But once you do, and once this starts drying, it just starts crumbling. And again, watch my Mario Badescu video, and you could see like on my lips right here, it was very crumbly. And I mean, I know it was out of focus, but if you look closely, you can see I was having issues. The next color that I feel is hard to work with, but you can make this color work. This one is called Guess, and this is a deep purple color, but it really goes on looking black. And so you see, this is a really cool deep purple, but comes off as black. So I really do like it, but again, you only get 1 shot. You put 1 layer on and that's it. And then as the night or day progresses, as you're using it, if you do try to layer over it with even a softer formula lipstick, it starts to get crumbly. You will get it in your teeth. So again, I rate this as a very high maintenance color. When you're out and having fun, that's just not the types of things you want to be doing, is worrying about your lipstick. The next color is called Jellies, and this is a really beautiful blue color. This is one of my favorite blue shades as far as lipsticks go, and this one is kind of pretty much same as the Jellies. You get 1 shot to put it on. Once you do put it on, as it dries, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to it. It will start balling up. You will get fallout from it. Thinking about it, you might just want to wait, because I am working on a new brand that I'm really loving, and I'm almost getting to the last shade, and that's going to be, I'm pretty excited to tell you guys about this new one that I found, and they have a lot of bold colors like this. So again, this one's just a lot of maintenance. Again, they are $6. You know, they're a cheaper brand, but again, these are a lot of maintenance. So my last gripe is actually this color right here in Marshmallow. And this is an ultra satin color, which I really do like this formula. However, with this particular color, it is a beautiful lavender gray. And I really love this color, especially like on days where you're just wearing sweats, you know, something gray. This goes beautifully with it. However, I am having a problem, and I cannot figure out what it is. But when I go to look in the mirror after I've been wearing this, it gives me a really weird white cast. And I thought maybe it was from licking my lips. However, I tried to put some water on it. You know, I was testing it earlier to just see what the heck it is that is causing it, but I can't get it to work. And sometimes I do put chapstick on, like I use my hands. So maybe that's it. I haven't quite tested that, but there have been several times where I've been wearing this for a few hours and then I go to look in the mirror and I have a really weird, it looks like, you know, I'm foaming at the mouth and it just kind of stuck on my lips. So again, beautiful color. It's the satin lips that they have. However, you just kind of got to be careful because I don't know exactly what's causing it, but I do always tend to get a really weird white cast with it. So, and just to show you, all of these do slightly stain. I really find with these darker colors that they like to sink into the cracks and lip lines and kind of stain. So that is something to be aware of. Here is me taking it off, and you do have to work to get these off. However, you know, they do want to crumble as well. Okay, so those were the shades that I felt were pretty much too high maintenance. I would put on my do not buy list or proceed with caution list. So if you are thinking about getting these or you have them, maybe I gave you some suggestions to use them in a better way. I am also testing out these Vice shades. So if you're not following me on Instagram and you aren't interested in the Urban Decay Vice shades, I have been testing them, seeing how they wear, and posting pictures on my Instagram page. So there are a few colors that I have been enjoying and some that didn't work out so great. So again, go ahead and follow me on there and see how those are working out. Okay, so it has been about a half hour since I have been filming, and if you can see that it's already starting to wear. I put several layers on. Hopefully this is in focus, but you see right around in here it's wearing, and still at this point very much. And then look, I don't like that when it just stays so loose, would you call it? So that's about it for now, and as I said before, I do have another brand that I've been testing. I want to give you my very honest review on this. So far it's been great, and I will be coming out with that, so stay tuned. So I hope that you found this review helpful if you were thinking about getting these shades, and I hope that whatever you're doing today is filled with laughs and cheers. Remember, never quit your daydreams, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
That I have had zero success with, and for various reasons. So, I mean, if you want to walk around looking like a raving lunatic, then I think their motto, their commercial should be, maybe it's Maybelline, maybe she's born with crazy, maybe it's Maybelline, maybe she's born with crazy, maybe it's Maybelline.